What's up, guys? It's NQ Soccer Mom. I am back with a new video series. I am going to start trading some Lucid accounts. So today I thought it would be a neat little video for me to go over the analysis that I went through to decide whether I would do the Lucid Pro account evaluations or the Lucid Flex account evaluations. So I'm going to quickly go through my analysis and the key details of each account type that I went through. And I am going to use the 25K accounts because those are the accounts that I like to use for Lucid. So if you're a small trader as well, a scalper, if you trade with the mini, maybe with one mini or with micros, and you use the 25K account, then these numbers will make sense to you. Otherwise, you can look on the website and see what the prices and the exact numbers are, but the other basic information will be the same. So let's just get into the video. All right, so the two types of accounts we're looking at are the Lucid Pro and the Lucid Flex. So this is the sales price. The Pro is $78. The Flex is $65. So I don't know why the Flex is so much cheaper, but the reset price for the Pro, $65. So I don't know why the Flex is so much cheaper, but the reset price for the Pro is set price for the Flex is only $57. These prices for Lucid are very, very competitive, and I really appreciate their pricing model. Okay, moving along. All right, days to pass. So for the Pro account, but there is a 50% consistency in the Flex account, and that's why there's a minimum of 2 days to pass. Now both accounts have a $1,000 end of day drawdown. In terms of daily loss limit, neither of the accounts have one of those soft breach daily loss limits. Now, careful on this one. If you do get a larger account, then some of the larger accounts may have a daily loss limit. But for the 25K, there is no daily loss limit. Okay, so the eval profit target, which I absolutely love, the eval profit target is only $12.50, which is $250 less than most 25K accounts, which are $1,500. So I really like that. All right, so now that's for the evaluation. Now let's get into the funded. So once you pass the evaluation, you get into the funded. Now, this would be the minimum days needed in order to request a payout. And for the Pro account, you're going to need 5 days of $50. And that is for the 25K account. Each size account has its own requirement. For the Flex account, you need 5 days of $100. funded consistency. So for the pro account, there is a 40% consistency requirement. So for instance, if the profit in your account when you want to make your payout is $1,000, that would bring you at around $500 per day in order to meet that consistency. But of course, that number does change depending on the actual amount of profit that's in your account when you do make the payout. Now, for the flex account, there is no consistency in the funded stage. All right, so the minimum profit needed in the pro account in order to make a payout or to request a payout. So you have to reach a 26. I left out a number. Oh, there it is. 26,100. So that means that you just have to make $1,000 plus 100 in order to take a payout. So you're basically making $1,100 before, and anything over the $1,100 up to your cap, you can request that as a payout. The minimum payout request is $500. Now, on the flex account, there is no buffer, and this is a little bit tricky because they emphasize that there's no buffer on the flex account. However, on the flex account, you can only withdraw 50% of your profits made. And there's a $500 minimum request requirement. So that means you have to have at least $1,000 in your account anyhow before you can even make a payout. So basically, over here in the pro, you have to make at least $1,100 in your account before you can request a payout. And here in the flex, you have to make at least $1,000 in your account before you can request any payout. So there's really not that much difference there. All right, so both of the accounts have a $1,000 drawdown. And that's an end of day drawdown. So we don't even have to worry about intraday drawdown with Lucid. At least not for these accounts. Daily loss limit, there is none. So no daily loss limit, no soft breaches. And again, if you have a different size account, make sure you check that, because I know that is the case for the 25K account, but that may not be the case for some of the other accounts, other size accounts. They may actually have a soft breach daily loss limit. All right, so moving on along. All right, max per payout. So the max per payout for the pro account is $1,000, and that's all of your every payout that you take on this account is limited to $1,000. It does not scale, and that is the same for the flex account. All right, payouts to live. So both of these accounts apparently and allegedly have a very transparent, direct path to live funding, and that would be 6 payouts. And I don't see this on their website right now. It doesn't seem to be on their website under the live payouts, but I have seen it before, and I did try to clarify it with customer service. Even if you have 5 accounts, my understanding and the way it was explained to me, so I'm assuming this is correct, and unless they do change it, and like I said, this information is not on the website at this time that I could see, and it has been there in the past. Some information about how many live accounts you can have and what triggers transition into the live program. However, I did not see any of that on the website today. I might have missed it, but anyhow, I did clarify with customer service that on any of your live accounts, let's just say if you have 5, you can take 6 of these payouts on each of your accounts. And let's just say if you have 5, you take 6 off of the first, then that first account will go to live. Now, once you transition to live in one account, then you're not able to purchase any more accounts, any more evaluations or sim funded accounts. But you can continue to trade your active accounts. So if they're actively being traded, you can continue to trade them. You can continue to take payouts on them, and then one by one, as they approach the 6 payout requirement, then each account individually will go to live. Now, I will say I do appreciate the individual look, 1-to-1 ratio of evaluation or sim funded account to live account. This is similar to what Take Profit Trader does. I'm not sure that every firm does that, and I'll probably do upcoming video on that, maybe comparing the transition to live programs of Lucid with Tradeify for that reason. But anyhow, those are pretty much the major details that I looked over, and I really like the price of the Flex account. I like the reset price of the Flex account. I don't mind splitting the evaluation into 2 or more days, because I don't know that I would be able to make the $12.50 in one day all of the time. That would depend on the market and how many other accounts I have, and I don't necessarily have a problem with it taking 2 days. I do not have a problem with the 5 days of 100. I know the 5 days of 50 is better, but I mean, you need so much money anyway. The Flex account, you need 1,000, you need 1,100 on the Pro account. So whether you make 50 a day or 100 a day, you really need to get some significant days in anyway, just to be able to take out a payout. Because if you make 5 days of 50, that's not going to get you anywhere. And if you make 5 days of 100, given the fact that yes, on the Flex account, 500 is the minimum payout. However, you can only request 50% of your balance. So $100 a day for 5 days does not get you where you need to go anyway. So they both have the $1,000 drawdown, no soft breach for a daily loss limit, and both of them have $1,000 max payouts, and both of them will let you collect 6 payouts. So based on the details of the accounts, I chose to go with the Flex account. I really like the idea of not having a buffer. It's just something about the buffer. I think maybe I have a little bit of trauma with just that word buffer from Take Profit Trader, from Trade Day, from from Apex, just from so many of the prop firms having that buffer or safety zone that you have to meet before you can take a payout. So, which is one of the reasons why I really like Perdea, because there is no buffer. But so I like the fact that in the Flex account, there is no buffer per se, but you can just kind of focus on, you're still doing the same thing, but it's just what resonates with you. And for pretty much all the other accounts that I have, I do have a buffer. I do have a safety net. But the fact that this Flex account does not have a buffer, does not have a safety net, I don't have to deal with that language, I think that is a little bit more calming for me. And I like that fact. So I have decided to go with five Flex accounts. 5 of the Flex accounts. So let's see here. I think I'm on day 1 of the evaluation on 4 of the accounts. And I'm on day 2, or tomorrow I'll be on day 2 of 1 of the accounts. So I do have an extra account because for some reason I mistakenly purchased a Rhythmic account. And with Rhythmic and Lucid, you cannot use NinjaTrader. So I don't know what I'll do about that. It'll probably just go to waste. But anyway, I am going to update you all. Hopefully, if I can do either daily or maybe every other day or even end of the week updates, because I do want accountability partnership with these Lucid accounts. I really like the setup of these Lucid accounts, the Lucid Flex accounts. I think it's an achievable goal, the $100 a day, and reaching the $1,000 on the account in order to take a $500 payment. Or I would just need to reach $200 to take the max payment of $1,000. So that would be $2,000, and then I could take 50% of that. So that would be the $1,000. Still needing the 5 $100 days. So I think those are achievable goals. They don't seem overwhelming for me. I feel good about coming to the charts and taking a $100 trade and maybe then taking an extra trade. And I think I can do that. And whether I take $500 on some of the accounts, or maybe I'll shoot for the $2,000 so that I can get half of that, which is $1,000 on some of the accounts. It really doesn't matter. With 5 of them, I can just kind of do a mix and match, or anything in between. It could be $1,000, it could be $1,500, and then I could get $750, which is 50% of that. So anyhow, I hope you all found that this video was helpful to you. Please let me know if you have tried out either the Lucid Pro or the Lucid Flex account, what size account you like. If there's anything you like or dislike about the accounts, please let me know. And if you found this video valuable, please like it. And please subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you throughout this series as I go through trading these 5 Lucid Flex accounts. Thank you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace and blessings.